choose any of you guys to be the mole.
This is gonna be the hardest
even me
thing.
myself, it's like I think I'm the mole, honestly.
Here we go. This is cute.
I think we just talk about our disabilities.
I prefer disorder.
Disorder, yeah.
Yeah.
I was diagnosed in middle school, and then
I'm not gonna know
I
who it is.
transitioned to a school for people on the spectrum. Once I graduated middle school and went to that school, I kind of really enjoyed where I was at and everything. This is really hard because there's like so many eyes on me already. It's just taken a while to accept that I have a disorder. There's people who I've met myself who say you have autism, and my family would be like, did you tell him you have did you tell him you have a disability? No, I don't think I need to. But reality, it really does help to know that I do have autism.
They first suspected me of being autistic when I was 5, but they hesitated to diagnose me because I was too intelligent.
I mean, that's a compliment right there, being too intelligent.
I feel
Well,
like
it's
in
not
some
her.
ways it was a little bit of an insult.
I was diagnosed at the age of 2. I don't see it as a disorder or a disability because I don't see my autism as something that's negatively affected my life because I like who I am, I like the way I think, and I don't want to change a single thing about myself.
Honestly, being here is we have to, oh, go ahead, Amanda, sorry, I've spoken so much.
I personally see autism as a disability. I have a master's in disability studies. The medical model of disability inherently says that autism or any other disability is within our own fault and that we are the cause of the disability. But the social model of disability says that society is the cause of the disability. So autism is a disability because society is not made for me. That disability comes from without, not within. I grew up autistic and deaf, and I grew up feeling like I was such an outcast and and I was the odd one out. Oh hey, I just used the name of the. That was fun.
I was diagnosed when I was 4 years old, and it's it's always been a difficult process for me. Basically growing up, going to school and everything. Notice that people don't perceive me as this normal guy. So I figured.
Bottom line, I don't think that the person that's faking has spoken yet. That's all I'm gonna leave the conversation there.
If I'm gonna be this autistic person, might as well be the best autistic person that I can be. I always
Preach.
Yeah. I always try my best to excel in school. I always tend to be like one of the smartest kid in school. That's a whole stereotype.
I would consider myself a late bloomer. I was diagnosed at the age of 22. I went most of my life always knowing that there's something different about me, but I couldn't put my finger on it. The reason why I only got diagnosed this year was because I recently moved to a large metropolitan area that has many resources.
Okay, but my whole thing is that I'm gonna let everybody speak. Hold on.
So that was one of the best decisions I've ever made in my life because I have access to therapy, and I was finally able to get an answer that I was always looking for. I really, really struggled to fit in. I really struggled to be able to come up with the right words to get other kids to want to talk to me. And so I stood out pretty badly. And that continued throughout my entire time in grade school. I remember first feeling what depression was when I was around 6.
So when I was in university, they make us do these psychological studies because I was studying psychology. And they have different things you can apply for. And I noticed one of them was they were studying autism in women, specifically people who are older. So I applied, and that was how I got my diagnosis, which was I was 21 then. My wife and one of my friends are actually the only people that know I've been diagnosed. So surprise family or friends, anyone who's watching. It was an eye-opener. It was kind of bittersweet because it was I'm happy now. I have answers to all things that were going on before that I thought might have been something wrong with me.
There is nothing wrong with you, okay? You're amazing.
I agree with that.
I agree. I agree now.
Should I go ahead? Yeah.
Yeah, I was diagnosed when I was a child, but I didn't know I was autistic because, as a 2, 3, 4-year-old, I don't know how one even knows what it's supposed to be up with them.
Yeah.
So it's definitely hard to speak in a group situation.
Okay, so now that everyone's spoken, I'm gonna just say that I think I know who it is, but I don't even want to do that. But my whole thing is that it's kind of low-key wrong. If it's not who I think it is, I feel like you wrong as hell for for pretending this far to be autistic. You wrong.
Because I can never tell the rules of like how to, like when to talk and when to speak up. It's kind of like just jumping in like right when you're kind of feeling like it. Plus, I've also blocked a lot of my childhood memories from trauma. And so I lived my whole life just wondering why I couldn't connect to people,
Understand
each other.
Yeah. Can I ask you guys a questions about like what are stimulants? Like, do you guys like chew gum, or do you guys like have anything that you guys do specifically to like keep you guys calm or keep you guys? Go ahead, Amanda.
The color pink.
The color pink.
Nice.
Okay.
You're
That's my
right, pink
favorite
right there.
color in the whole world. My whole room is pink. At home, my bed is pink, my bedspread is pink, and my pillows are pink, and my rug is pink, and my carpet is pink. I even remember
They
frame
messy
pink
for the
pictures.
Zoom.
And most of my clothes are pink. I love pink. It's the best color in the whole world.
Okay. I've never heard.
I love
color.
blue too.
I like blue too, but pink is better.
Oh, okay.
Well, I mean, it's subjective.
How do you guys feel about the term high functioning?
I don't like that
I
term
didn't
at
really
all.
think about it too much.
I don't think I think about it either.
Autism is too much of a spectrum. So many people with autism have so many different experiences.
I can't choose any of you guys to be the mole.
This is gonna be the
like,
hardest
even me
thing.
myself, like it's like I think I'm the mole, honestly. Like
Like how they were like, try to find the mole, and we're like, maybe there's none.
Even the person who's neurotypical might just be an undiagnosed autistic.
Yeah.
You never know.
Exactly. See, that's what I was also gonna say is that I feel like, the mole and the person that's not supposedly autistic, what if they just not diagnosed, one, or they have some type of other type of mental thing going on. So I'm not gonna know. I'm not gonna know.
How about that?
I mean, like, damn, all this relates. Wait a second. Huh.
The mole might not be neurotypical. Just because someone doesn't have autism doesn't mean the mole could have like ADHD or
That's
OCD.
exactly what I'm saying.
Actual
and
anxiety.
could be overlapping the symptoms that could be associated with autism as well.
My kid has a genetic condition that is not autism, but does manifest behaviorally and neurologically in many ways that are similar to autism. So when people interact with my kid, they often see an autistic child, but my kid isn't autistic.
Does autism run in any of your guys' family?
I realized I was autistic because my little half brother, he's 5 years old. Well, I guess he's 7 now. Whoops, I don't know his age. Like, I see him, I'm like, wasn't I like that when I was a kid? My mom was like, yeah, because we thought you're autistic too. I was like, what?
And I just found out that my youngest nephew was just recently diagnosed with autism as well. So, but luckily he had an uncle who already experienced everything that he's going to experience, and I can I could be a mentor towards him.
Yeah, my dad is an undiagnosed autistic. Sorry, Dad.
Go ahead.
do you ever like wake up and feel like you're not autistic and
She
like,
just telling her pop's business, like, I guess.
or like you have a disability? You're like, this is just me. Like,
Yes.
I feel that way.
It's called masking.
I think I could be seen as neurotypical passing sometimes because I try to hide as much symptoms as possible because I was trained to do so at a very early age.
People that don't have experience with others who have autism, they expect it to stand out, and that's not always the case. You know, I mean, we all look like humans.
I think you can blame that partly on the media, how they portray us.
We don't really have good representation of us.
no, we don't.
What that movie with Dustin Hoffman, Rain Man, where you being on the spectrum all it mean you're good at gambling. I wish I was good at gambling or something.
None of them have the same experiences that I do. So there's no way to have pinpointed, oh, this person is more quiet, this person is more socially awkward. There's no way to tell who was autistic or not.
I don't know
On
who
the
it was.
count
You couldn't
of
tell
3,
me.
will the mole please raise
Don't
their
kill me.
hand?
Don't kill me.
1, 2, 3.
Oh!
You
Who could have seen that
kidding.
coming? I totally didn't see that coming.
I was shook.
I was like, no, it cannot be her. It can't be her.
I never would have guessed.
I actually didn't lie about anything. I just flipped out autism with FASD, and it stands for Fetal Alcohol Spectrum Disorder. I was exposed to alcohol when I was inside my mom in the womb for the first 5 months, and you can kind of think of FASD as a spectrum just like ASD.
Even though she might not have been autistic, there are a lot of overlaps between autism and many other neurological disabilities.
FASD
You
is never,
kidding? I
never
didn't know it
talked
was
about.
her.
I've never met a single person who shares that diagnosis
That's
with me.
tea.
What differences do you see between people with autism versus?
I actually see a ton of similarities. And I wouldn't want to, discredit anybody else's experience, but autism does run in my family very heavily. My dad has autism, I have a sister that has autism, and I have quite a few cousins who have autism. And I also have quite a few friends who have autism.
Damn, we're not your first.
The autism community accepts you.
I love you guys.
Getting a diagnosis can be a whirlwind of emotions. As long as you stay true to yourself, I promise you everything's gonna end up okay.
We are more than the label that defines us. At each label we have is a whole spectrum.
A diagnosis does not define somebody. Everybody is